Hello. Welcome to another video from our channel. Here you will have tips and information on how to stay strong and healthy both physically and mentally, increasing your disposition, your stamina, and your immunity. Together we will be unveiling the secrets of how to benefit from everything that nature provides us to achieve our goal of enjoying a healthy life. Are you over 50 and losing muscle? Can you restore them? How to regain its former strength? Or if you've been working hard to lose weight and realize you're losing muscle mass as well as fat? How to lose more fat and gain lean mass? Muscles are associated with health and good aging. Weak and frail people have more physical limitations, live worse lives, are at greater risk of falls and fractures, and are more likely to be hospitalized. About 5% of elderly deaths could be prevented if people acted earlier and addressed this vulnerability. In this video we talk about how to recover and or increase muscle mass and the benefits it brings to your health, no matter your age, 40, 50 or 80 years old. And in the end you will be tested. There are 5 steps that show how strong your muscles are and if interventions are needed to improve your quality of life. Given a group of healthy elderly people, what differentiates those who will live to be 100 from those who will die sooner? Scientists have been trying to answer this question for years. They looked for answers in genetic markers, blood tests, and images, but nothing. That is until a team of scientists discovered a very simple marker. This grip strength test measures the strength of the hand and forearm muscles. This is done using a handheld dynamometer, and the weaker the pressure, the more likely it is to anticipate future limitations, so if you don't tighten it tightly enough you can run into problems. The rising test measures the number of times a person can rise from a sitting position in 30 seconds. The other measures the time it takes a person to get up from a chair, walk 3 meters, turn around, go back and sit down again. Finally, a Brazilian study from last year found that being able to stand on one leg for 10 seconds predicted the risk of premature death. This is the flamingo test. Ask people to stand on one leg for 10 seconds. Those who failed had a higher mortality rate over the next 7 years than those who completed it, 17.5% versus 4.6%. What do all these tests have in common? Muscle strength. The more strength your muscles have, the longer they will live. Muscle strength is a very important factor for healthy aging. We know that. However, as we age, we experience many changes, one of which is a decrease in muscle mass and strength. And truth. Aging takes place and this condition is called sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is a problem not only for the elderly, but also for those who lead a sedentary lifestyle or suffer from chronic illnesses such as diabetes and heart failure. This condition can cause muscle wasting and weakness even in young adults. Thus, sarcopenia is a loss of muscle mass and function that begins between the ages of 30 and 40. Between 3 and 8% of muscle fibers are lost every 10 years until age 60, and this loss begins to affect people's lives. About 13% of adults over 60 years old have sarcopenia, reaching 50% in those over 80 years old. One study found that older adults with sarcopenia had an almost 50% higher risk of death than those without. The good news is that sarcopenia is a preventable and treatable condition. We can build muscle at any age. And having more muscle improves your quality of life. Who doesn't want to feel better and age with less pain? Let's take a look at 7 tips to gain muscle after 50. Tip number 1, exercise. The first step to changing that is physical activity. You may have seen someone with a broken arm that needs a cast. What is the problem? The muscles begin to atrophy. So you can't have inactive muscles. Inactivity will make you weak. Inflaming the muscles. And inflammation is one of the causes of sarcopenia. It's a vicious cycle. To gain muscle, you need to challenge it, resist it, and make it work harder. And the best exercise for gaining muscle mass is weightlifting, not aerobics. But aerobic exercise is also very important for overall health and should be mixed. A new Duke University study finds that any type of exercise can suppress inflammation in your body caused by many diseases, such as rheumatoid arthritis, which makes building muscle difficult because inflammation affects muscle protein synthesis via interferon gamma. Therefore, you should allocate 30 to 45 minutes of aerobic exercise and 10 to 25 minutes of strength training at least 4 to 5 times a week. What if I gain weight? Muscle fibers are exposed to microscopic damage that releases cytokine, an inflammatory molecule that activates the body to repair the damage. The more resistance you put into your muscles, the more damage your body has to repair itself. As you recover, your muscles get stronger and bigger. So the next workout needs to require more tension to sustain that growth. If you maintain the same weight for 1 month, your muscles will adapt and lose tension. You have to carry a bigger load than usual. If you don't provide additional resistance, the muscle will either remain the same size or atrophy. Tip number 2, hormones. We know that men with low testosterone levels have a reduced quality of life, reduced muscle mass and strength, and less energy. Testosterone in men has declined in recent decades. If you don't know your testosterone level and can't understand why you aren't gaining muscle, get tested. Very important. An example is Dr. Life. At age 59, he was hypertensive, obese, inactive, and low on testosterone, but now, at 84, he is muscular, hormonally controlled and teaches classes on the subject. Tip number 3, nutrition. Many people don't understand why you can't just eat empty calories and have strong muscles. Just the amount of calories you eat will stimulate muscle growth. As a substrate for growth, it must provide your muscles with the nutrients they need. You have to eat right. Start eating right and your muscles will grow. It's like fertilizing a seed. You will grow faster and stronger. Adults over age 50 should consume at least 1.2 grams of protein per pound of body weight per day. Therefore, you need to eat more protein to build muscle mass. Because muscle synthesis depends on protein intake. High-quality protein, like eggs. Eggs are good for muscles. That's why weightlifters eat dozens of eggs. But don't overdo it. Yogurt, milk, red meat rich in leucine, fish like sardines, tuna, salmon, tilapia, rice and beans with complete amino acids. Protein-derived dietary amino acids serve as building blocks for new muscle, particularly leucine. And eat fattening fruits like avocados, which will help your muscles. To retrain and lose weight, you need more protein than ever before. However, you need carbs as well as protein. They come from fruits like bananas, apples, and oranges and vegetables like sweet potatoes, cassava, potatoes and beets. Beetroot contains a lot of nitrites that can increase muscle strength during training. Why do we need carbohydrates? This is because insulin is an anabolic hormone and a potent inhibitor of muscle protein breakdown. Exercise, any exercise, increases insulin sensitivity and stimulates muscle protein synthesis. Also, eat more fermented foods. Several studies have shown that the gut microbiome can contribute to sarcopenia. Aging is associated with an imbalance in the intestinal flora, which reduces the diversity of the intestinal microbiome and loses the integrity of the intestinal mucosa. Eating more prebiotics, such as dietary fiber and probiotics from fermented foods, helps restore a healthy gut microbiome. Tip number 4, Vitamins. Vitamin D deficiency is associated with reduced muscle mass, strength, physical function, and sarcopenia. Vitamin D is an indicator of health. People with high levels of vitamin D walk in parks, swim in pools, do water aerobics and plant plants in their gardens. Some studies show that vitamin D also acts as a health regulator for your mitochondria, the energy factories of your cells. So if you measure your vitamin D and it's low, you can supplement it with more exposure to sunlight. Found in fruits and vegetables, vitamin C aids in the biosynthesis of carnitine and muscle-binding collagen. Omega-3 is also an indicator of health. People who follow the Mediterranean diet eat better and consume more omega-3s. And omega-3s reduce the side effects of inflammation-induced sarcopenia, improving muscle strength and function in older adults with little effect on muscle mass. Tip 5. Get enough sleep. If you don't sleep, your muscles won't grow. Sleep plays an important role in muscle recovery and growth, so it's important to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. Tip 6. Avoid smoking and alcohol. Of course, it's not good to do everything right and smoke and drink alcohol, because both contribute to muscle wasting and weakness. If you have chronic conditions such as rheumatoid arthritis, Crohn's disease, diabetes, or heart failure, you need to keep your disease in check and control everything that will help prevent or delay the onset of sarcopenia. Tip 7. Supplements. 95% of sarcopenia prevention comes from 6 different items. The remaining 5% can be improved with nutritional supplements. Let's do a test to see if he has sarcopenia that needs further evaluation. Grab a pen and paper. The questionnaire is known as the SARCF. A score of 4 or higher indicates that you need to take more tests and be better evaluated. Let's start with your strength. Do you have difficulty lifting and carrying 4 to 5 kgs? You will note 0 if you don't have any difficulties, 1 if you have some degree of difficulty, and 2 if you have a lot of difficulty or can't do it at all. Do you have difficulty crossing a room? 0, none, you walk everywhere. 1 is if you have any difficulty. 2 if you use a cane or cannot cross a room unaided. 3 is getting up from a chair. Do you have any difficulty getting up from your chair or bed? 0 if you don't have any difficulties. 1 if you have some degree of difficulty getting out of the chair. Or 2 if you need help getting out of the chair or can't. Fourth question is climbing stairs. Do you have any difficulty climbing 10 steps? 0 you have no difficulty, you run on the stairs. 1 you have some degree of difficulty. Or 2 you can't climb 10 steps or have a lot of difficulty. And the fifth question is about falls. How many times have you had a fall in the last year? None is 0, 1 to 3 falls, 1 point, and 4 or more falls 2 points. You will have to add up all these 5 questions. What was your score? If you have 4 or more, you have to take it seriously and look for a specialist to try to reverse it. But even if you stay at 0, take good care of your muscles. According to everything we said, it's never too late to start making changes to improve your health and well-being. By taking steps to prevent and treat sarcopenia, we can improve quality of life and extend lifespan. And then? Did you like this content? Was it relevant? Added more value and knowledge? Post here in the comments and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you don't miss any notifications. Share with friends and relatives so that more people have access to this content. Leave your like, so YouTube understands that this information is relevant and makes it reach more people, so that everyone enjoys more health. Live a full life, face your challenges with faith, eat right, move with joy and walk hand in hand with happiness. Until the next video.